Good day, my name is Francois Stofberg. I'm an economist at Efficient Private Clients, and today I want to share a couple of interesting things with you that are currently happening in the world of economics. There are some interesting things happening in the world of economics, and I want to speak to you about them today because it's important if long-term trends shift that you are able to make the right decisions at the right time. What we see happening locally and abroad, in both instances there are a change in long-term policy, long-term trends. Internationally, we see a shift away from easy monetary policy towards something that resembles normality, even though we don't really know what normal is anymore. Locally, we see a shift away from Zoomonomics towards something that more resembles what we had during the 1994 to 2007 period of liberal rainbow nation policies. Now, let's look into it. Globally, we see a shift away from, as I say, easy monetary policy towards something where quantitative easing gets reduced and interest rates eventually start rising. We know this is needed because at current rates, it is simply unsustainable. It's unsustainable for long-term growth. It's unsustainable from a social perspective because we saw inequality really increasing over this period. And for many other reasons, it simply is unsustainable. Japan is a very good example. So we're going to see a taper tantrum probably again. So equity markets we know have run very, very warm, very hot over the last while. So they're probably going to be influenced or impacted most by this, and probably even the technology sector. What that means is that you need an active manager on your side. This isn't the time for passive management anymore. You're going to need someone that will be able to identify the right asset classes, and even then in those asset classes, the right sectors, the right companies, so that you can continue to unlock value for yourself and for your clients possibly. So that's where we come in, because that's exactly what we do. You need the right partner in your corner so that you can make the right long-term strategic decisions. And the same locally, what we see happening here is the shift away from Zoomonomics, as I said. We saw 2018, President Ramaphosa taking over. It took him quite some time, but he's a chess player. He's a master chess player. He's making long-term strategic decisions and he's consolidating power. You can't just come in and slice and dice if you want, because then they'll get rid of you. So he's made the right choices and the right actions and the right moves to get him to a place where he could get rid of a lot of the bad apples, the very, very corrupt and bad apples. They've changed fiscal policy. We never thought they would be able to start reducing the size of the civil service wage bill. They're doing it now. We never thought they would be able to reduce Eskom's debt burden. They're doing it now. Last year they paid off 80 billion rands worth of debt, almost 25%. We never thought they would privatize South African Airlines. They did it. They're doing it right now. So a lot of things have changed in fiscal policy. There's a long-term shift, change happening here, and it's probably very good for South Africa. In the short term, however, it's going to be very painful. We'll probably see things like unemployment increase to like 38-40% while we go through this process from moving towards a consumption economy, an economy that spends on current expenditure, towards one that spends on capital expenditure, that makes it easy for business to operate in South Africa, like we had in the 1994 to 2007 period. But as we make this shift over the next 6 to 8 years, then we'll see the economy recover from this trough of 1.5% economic growth towards something closer to 3.5% economic growth. And once again, during this volatility, passive isn't going to cut it anymore. The standard template isn't going to cut it anymore. You're going to need someone in your corner that can make the right decisions at the right time, that can give you the right information at the right time, so that you can make the right long-term strategic decisions. Thank you very much.